Hello and welcome to this tutorial, and in this tutorial we are going to finally run our gesture Android application. So in the previous tutorial we have pretty much completed nearly 90% of the code for our gesture application, and in this tutorial we are going to add one more override method to our application so that our application runs correctly. So in order to add the override method, we go right below this onCreate method and we hold the Alt key on the keyboard, and then we hit the insert key, and as we want to insert the override method, so we type override methods, and inside the override method we want to use the onTouch event, so we type onTouch event, and as you could see this is the method right here which we want to use. So we click on it and click OK, and it is going to write the method for us. And inside this method, as we want to detect the gesture, so we type this dot gesture detector, and as we want to detect the gesture on touch, so we give a dot operator and type on touch event, and inside the parameter we specify event. Now once this is done, we are pretty much done with the code. So we save the code and we try to run this application onto our emulator. So as you could see, our application is up and running on the emulator. So it is displaying the text as large text, and when I click on it, it is going to show single tap confirmed. So when I scroll it, it is going to display on scroll, and even if I scroll down, it is going to display on scroll. And let's say when we fling it, it is going to display on fling. So what I'm doing is that I'm simply dragging it and just pushing it right above, so it is displaying on fling. And when I click it and hold it, it is going to display on long press. So basically we are successful in creating our gesture application. So in this application what we have done is that we have used certain methods for detecting the gestures, and the gestures we have detected as on click, on long press, scroll, on fling, on double tap, and on single tap. So let's revise what we have done in this tutorial once again. So initially what we have done is that we have started a new project and we have cleaned up the code, and the first thing which we did was that we have added this large text right over here, and we have specified ID to the large text so that we could use it in order to change the text. Now after this we went into the main activity.java file and we have imported certain packages which we were going to need, and the next thing which we did is that we have used this implements keyword, and this is basically used when we want to implement certain methods from other classes or other interfaces. So for example, as in this case we wanted to detect gestures, we have used the gesture detector, and inside gesture detector we have used the on gesture listener. So this is basically an event handler for gestures, and we have also used the double tap listener so as to detect the double tap. Now the next thing which we did is that we have created a text view for my message, and we have created a gesture detector for gesture detector. And now the next thing which we did is that as this was showing an error, and that is because we have used implements but we have not used the methods inside it. So in order to remove that error, we have used code completion to add on these methods from these two interfaces or classes right here. And inside each one of these methods we have specified the message so as to identify which method has been implemented when we perform certain action. So for example, when we tap the screen one time, so this method right here gets called, and it is going to set the text of my message to single tap confirmed. And what we have done is that we have pretty much added this thing or this message right here to each and every method. And in the onCreate, the first thing which we did is that we got a reference to our message so that we could change the text in the message, and then we have used the gesture detector. So for creating the gesture detector we have used the this keyword, and the this keyword usually refers to the current object which we are working on. So if you have basic understanding of Java, you also will know the significance of the this keyword. And then finally we have added a double tap listener to the gesture detector, and the final method which we have used is the override method. So this override method was basically used in order to detect the gesture on touch. So that's how you create a gesture application in order to detect various gestures. So thank you very much for watching this tutorial, and I'll see you guys in the next tutorial. Thank you.